Hello everyone, welcome to my 26-week pregnancy update here on Candied Little Yams. Though I'm no longer 26 weeks, I would still like to update you all on my 26th week, or during my 26th week of pregnancy. I had an emergency room scare and I had to go to the emergency room. So I'll just tell you to document it for my own remembrance. Oh, memory, that's the word. For my own memory's sake, and just to have a bond with you all. Maybe you all had emergency room scares during your pregnancy too. Mine was not that major and I felt really silly for going. I've gone once during this pregnancy for a toothache. I woke up in the middle of the night. Anybody with tooth pain can attest. You just wanted to stop. I was like, can you just pull it here? Just pull it. They were like, no, we're not a dentist. Anyway, and then I went back to the emergency room here recently because here's the story. I was at work, and I stand up at work quite a bit. In fact, I stand up at work. That's what I do. And I felt dizzy, so I stooped down. We do not have chairs. I just stooped down to the floor, and I just was like, oh my gosh, I can't stand up. I felt dizzy. I felt a little faint. My legs felt weak. My muscles felt weak, and I just had to sit there a minute. And it happens during work. It wasn't abnormal for me to squat down and be like, hold up, I just got to take a moment. But the guy who was working with me, I guess I looked a little different, and he was like, are you okay? Are you sure? Like, I don't play about that. You need to go take a break. Then an older lady came by, and she looked at my face, and she was like, yes, go take a break in the break room. Went to the break room, put my head down, felt even worse. Then I knew I had to throw up, but I couldn't make it to the bathroom, and it was that type of dizziness, faint, sickness that you can't verbalize to other people that you need help. You just have to be there and say, look at my face, oh, help me. You know, that type of sickness where you can't talk, but nobody paid me any attention, and I threw up all over myself, all over the break room, and it's kind of epic, but it was disgusting. And so I went to the bathroom. I had threw up half of it in this cup that I was holding, trying to drink water from, and the other half went over me and the floor and everywhere. So I went to the bathroom, throw away the cup. That's disgusting. And I went back in. After that, I felt okay, and I went back and I cleaned it up, but I couldn't go back to work, and they had already told management that I threw up, and they were like, yeah, just go home, rest for the rest of the day. So I clocked out and I left. Got in the car, started driving down the road. I stayed quite a distance from my job, maybe 45 minutes to an hour, especially being the afternoon with traffic. It would have been an hour away from home. 10 minutes down the road, I felt dizzy again. I stopped, I pulled over because I was like, I can't drive like this. I can't make it 45 minutes in traffic home feeling like this. I couldn't hardly hold my head up. I was just feeling terrible, and I didn't have to throw up again, but I turned up the air conditioner in the car. I drank more water. It just was not coming together. So I called my grandmother, and she told me to call 911, and I was like, I've been dizzy before. I think that may be a little overreaction. I really just wanted someone to come and help me drive home, but like I said, I work pretty far, and we would have had to leave a car, and it would have been hassle. So I was like, well, she thinks I should get medical attention. So I didn't call 911, but there was a hospital that I knew I could make it to. I was dizzy enough not to want to drive home and be a danger to myself or anyone else for 45 minutes, but the hospital was right behind this shopping center. So I took the back way out of the shopping center and right into the hospital parking lot, and they had a small little emergency room. I parked right in front of the emergency room. No, didn't have to pay for it or anything. That's how small the hospital was. And I went in, I told them I felt silly coming to the emergency room, but I felt dizzy and faint, and I was probably just dehydrated. So they took my blood pressure, standing up, sitting down, all this other stuff. And basically what they came to the conclusion was they put me on a EKG, is it? Or yeah, EKG, where they put all the little magnets on you or whatever, and they run your heartbeat through the thing, and they test your oxygen levels on your fingers. But anyway, they gave me fluids, and they basically told me, you're pregnant, you have more blood, your vessels are dilated, and when you stand up for a long time, the blood pools in your legs. So when they tell you you can't stand up for more than 4 hours without putting your feet up for 15 minutes at least after standing up for 4 hours, it's not a vanity thing. And I always thought it was a vanity thing, so I never did it. But you literally have to put your feet up so the blood gets back into your body, because your vessels are bigger, and it allows more blood to go through your body so the baby gets nutrients and oxygen and things, but it causes blood to go to your legs fast and to stay there. Also, you can use compression stockings. And you have to walk around. You can't just stand in one spot. So now I'm trying to walk around more at work, and I don't have compression stockings because it's hot, but you know, I'm trying to take more breaks and put my feet up a little bit. Also, at that point my glucose was about 90, which high for glucose is about 139 or 130 or something. So they said that my glucose was like in the normal range, but they thought it was a little bit low for pregnancy. And so they said my glucose was low, my potassium was also low. So they gave me potassium pills and they gave me fluids just to get me back on the right track, like just to help me out. Even though they said my fluid levels were okay, and I accepted their fluids via IV, and you know, that helped too. So basically, I need to eat more often. When I feel faint, sometimes water won't do it. You have to get coconut water or Gatorade or something with like potassium and electrolytes. And they said I lost potassium probably from throwing up, because something about the potassium rushing into your cells or something like that. So basically, I was dehydrated and I stood up for too long and I wasn't eating often enough. And I learned lesson number one, like, your baby will just suck everything they want from you and leave you to die, basically. Like, they don't care. They're going to take whatever you have to give them and leave you with nothing. So you better take care of yourself. That's like a lesson in motherhood that I had to learn during pregnancy. Take care of yourself, because your child will take whatever they want and whatever they think they need. So that is my emergency room scare. I made it out in a couple of hours. It wasn't that dramatic, and that is what happened. So tell me about your emergency room or your doctor close calls or whatever you had during pregnancy in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.